This guy says, one, you advise that you can have kids with a woman and not live in a way the state sees as a marriage. Okay, good. We kind of dove into that earlier. Have her in a separate house or condo. Yeah, that's one possibility. I take issue with it because no woman, no matter how base, is going to agree to this. It's not true. There's lots of women that are raising the kids of a man and they don't live under the same roof. It's pretty common in polygyny. It's pretty common in Islam. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, usually what the guy will do is he'll buy, like he treats them all equally. So if he's got 4 wives, he'll put them all into one house, or like into their own apartment or their own house or something like that. It's entirely possible, and it does happen. You haven't read any Evo Psych books or anything about culture in different parts of the world. It's only in Western culture where couples are told, okay, you like each other, you touch each other's genitals, now you're going to go and get married and go and make babies and buy a house and live together and raise them in that fashion. It's a very unsuccessful, it's got a horrible success rate. Marriage itself, like as an instrument, like what's the failure rate? There's a 50% divorce rate, first time marriage. A second time, it's more than 70%. And that doesn't account for the people that stay married that are too cowardly to leave the marriage because they're unhappy. There's a study that I quoted in my book where they dealt with couples that were together. I think it was an average of something like 8.5 years or something like that. It's detailed in my book. And they wanted to know how many of them were in a state of love and bliss. And the amount of couples after just over 8 years that are in a state of love with one another is less than 13%. The amount of couples that are in a state of bliss, like obsession with one another, like they're still head over heels, honeymoon phase after 8 years, is less than 3%. So, saying that this works is incredibly, stick your head in the sand like an ostrich, basically, and you'll probably get more insight. That's the problem that I generally have when it comes to the critics, is they're not willing to take a look at things for as they are. They're drunk on society's lies. They've had a steady diet of Hollywood, marketing, happy wife, happy life, religion, culture, all telling them, just man up, be a good man, wife up that hoe. Doesn't matter that she's been with 40 other guys. Buy her a house, go and renovate the kitchen, move into the neighborhood that she wants to live into, or move her in-laws in or some shit like that. They just tell men to be these useful idiots. And what I do is I'm like, look, there's comforting lies and there's the uncomfortable truth. I'm not going to sell you pretty little lies. I'm going to tell you what happens, what my experience is. I've dealt with hundreds of very successful men that I've coached. I've got very successful men in my community. I've got, I don't know how many podcast episodes where guys have called in. A lot of those were clipped on the Clips channel. The notion that everything is just perfect if you just man up and wife her, it doesn't work. And to think that it does is like, it's just ignorant. You're not looking at the facts. So he's criticizing me. You know how kids are being raised. You're not there. Should may also see other men with your kids, other men. No, dude, my dude. Okay. Let me put up the ticker here. Get on my email list. Where's my ticker for email lists? There it is. Okay. Get on my email list at entrepreneursandcars.com/red-flags. As one example of thousands, I did a private Zoom call with Tristan Tate a few years ago, and he was talking about how he has multiple children with multiple women, how he structures it, how they live, how he takes care of their living expenses when he visits them, parenting rules, guidance, and like all this sort of stuff that he structures around it. It was an unlisted video. It's on my email list. If you're on my email list, it'll be served to you. Don't email me back and say, send me the video. It's in a sequence, right? There's a whole bunch of emails on my list. Get on the newsletter. It'll be sent to you. Wait for it. The problem that most people have when I start to, look at these criticisms is surface level shit. They see the tip of the iceberg and they're like, that's all there is. But there's all this shit beneath the waterline that they're not looking at. You got to look at the whole picture, my bro. Look at the whole picture. Anyway, he says, number 3, I don't have a solution. Okay, well, thanks for your criticism, but not providing a solution. But I asked you about this a year ago, more with a super chat, and you said it would be in your course on marriage. My solution is I don't raise kids in the West. That's one way to do it. Actually, to the point of the course, it is a course it's a community / course now. It's going to be launched on School. I haven't mentioned this yet, so this will be a first time announcement. We're going to launch it June 1st. There's tons of material. The reason why we're putting it together is because of stuff like this. The confusion that comes from basic 101 questions. Answering basic 101 questions about something like, how do you get involved with a woman and live in such a way that you're not risked, but you're still a parent and you have some authority, and you reduce the potential for getting ground through the divorce machine and all that sort of stuff. All of that stuff is going to be in the School. The platform's called School. It's a platform that Alex Hormozi, I think he invested in recently. And I took a look at it, and I think I like the way the structure is. So it looks like it's got a great community element. It's got good course elements. It's got monthly opportunities to join in on Zoom calls. All of that will be integrated into it. But the basics, the 101 of things like fitness, attire, self-care, women, dealing with dating, dealing with marriage, unplugged parenting, making money, all of these basics that are all over my channels are going to be nicely organized in a course, monthly recurring payment. It's not going to be expensive. It's going to be cheap relative to like something like the School of Entrepreneurship, for example. And then you'll be able to dive into all of that, my friend, and get the clarity that you are looking for. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pinned down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.